Welcome back to our question app. We last left off facing a problem. If you don't recall what it is, let us take a look at it again. Start by turning on your server and then hitting the hello route. Once we are here, we can type in our name, link, we get welcome link. But the problem arises once I get out of there and hit the hello route again. It doesn't seem to remember I was ever here. This is actually the way the HTTP protocol works. It is a stateless protocol, which means the client and server don't keep track of any state between requests. But there are ways around this, and it's made the internet be able to become what it has, to be able to quickly make these requests. But cookies is one of the ways we can store state. Now I know that sounds crazy, but basically all cookies are information that are passed between requests, and it's information about who's making those requests, and it could follow you around while you're on a website. A good example would be like a shopping cart. You're able to store something in your shopping cart while you're online, go to a different page, and it remembers that you've put stuff in your shopping cart. So cookies is one of the ways to store state. Let us see this in action. So right now, we've seen that we weren't able to store state. But if we go into our app.js, well, first let us see the documentation. If I go over here and I do express cookies, we have this API reference, which is pretty in-depth. We can go to our response here. Here's cookie. So we are able to set a cookie name to value. Here's an example. Here's the name, and here's the value. You are also able to have options, as we can see here, res.cookie, name, value, and then we have options. We only need right now name and value. So let us go back over here, go to our post. So whenever we post our name, it renders hello and it passes in that name we put into the form. It saves it under username. So in our post, we want to respond with a cookie, call it username, and set its value to req.body.username. So if we go back to our browser, go back to the hello route, refresh, type in link, let us open up our console, which I will do using Command Option J, going to application, and we see this cookie was set with the name username and the value link. So if we're to exit this now and go back there, we see it did not store it. Well, let us see why. Open that back up again. We're in application. It is set. But if we go back to our app.js file, we see that right now we made a GET request to hello, which would only run this code, render hello. This only happened in our post route. So the cookie's still set, but we haven't told our GET route to use that cookie. First, we're going to need to install cookie-parser, which, similar to the body parser, will allow us to parse cookie information. We do that by npm install cookie-parser. Should have did -- save. npm install cookie parser -- save. That way it gets saved into our dependencies, and if we upload this, then when people download it, they will just do npm install and all our dependencies will be available to them. Instead of setting a big file with everything, it just makes it easier. But here we now have to do const cookie parser and require cookie parser, and then we want to use it. App use cookie parser, make sure to invoke it. If you leave these off, your app will just hang there, and you do not want that. It's a very frustrating thing, not knowing why your server's not responding, and it's because it's hanging at this line. It's happened to me before. It sucks. So now that we saved that, we go to our GET route. And in our GET route, we now want to pass in name, and here it will be req.cookies.username. That should allow us to read in the cookie we set with the name username. We'll access the value there, which should be what was passed in. Let us save that. Nodemon. Go back here. Let us erase this cookie. Refresh this. Now And we do see welcome Jose. Let us exit out, go there again. Moment of truth. And we do have welcome Jose. So let's do the ultimate thing here. We exit out of all of them. Let me open up a new one of these. And let's see if it's still saved in my browser. And it is. So what happens is the cookie data is stored on my client here, on Chrome in this case. Every time we make a request from here, from our Chrome browser, it will send that cookie information that was set. Every time someone makes a request to hello, it will have access to the cookies we set. If I was to erase that cookie and I refresh this, it no longer stored that state. So cookies are great for storing state. Learn this. This is huge. You'll use these for a lot of things when you want to store state. That's how we remember login sessions sometimes. That's why when you clear your browser history and cache and cookies, you usually have to log back in. But we'll go ahead and stop this here. If you found this helpful, make sure to share, like, subscribe. Other than that, we learn cookies. We learn how to store state and set cookies. As long as you guys got that, you guys are getting these lessons, and I'll see you in the next one.